You may notice a strange stillness today, a sense of being suspended between two worlds. The noise of the last few weeks, the eclipses, the frantic shifts, the global headlines, it hasn't stopped, but your relationship to it has changed. Something feels fundamentally different about the ground beneath your feet. We have officially crossed the threshold of the 0-degree shift. In the language of the stars, 0 degrees of Aries is the absolute beginning of the zodiac. It is the womb of all action. Having both Saturn and Neptune sitting exactly here, a conjunction that hasn't occurred at this specific point in nearly 7,000 years, means the old world hasn't just faded, it has been deleted. This is not a day for hype or false starts. It is a day of profound psychological rebooting. You might feel a heavy sense of responsibility mixed with a strange, foggy sense of wonder. This is the 0 point. It introduces a core tension, the urge to pioneer a new life versus the fear that the old structures are no longer there to catch you if you fall. We are moving from a time of collective dissolution into a time of raw individual fire. Today, the universe is asking you to look at the blank page of your own existence. This is not about what happened yesterday. This is about the bedrock you are laying for the next 30 years. Stay with me, because as we look at where this 0 point sits in your specific chart, you will see exactly where the universe is giving you a clean slate. To understand why today feels so heavy with potential, we have to look at the invisible architects of our reality, Saturn and Neptune. For the last few years, these two have been wading through the deep, murky waters of Pisces. Psychologically, this felt like a long period of dissolution. You may have felt like your boundaries were leaking, like you couldn't quite get a grip on your direction, or perhaps you felt a sense of collective grief that wasn't even yours to carry. You were in an apprenticeship with the intangible. But today, the apprenticeship is over. Saturn, the planet of structure and discipline, and Neptune, the planet of dreams and the infinite, are now locked at 0 degrees of Aries. The last time this specific conjunction happened at this specific point was roughly 6,700 years ago, a time that historians often link to the very birth of organized Western civilization. We aren't just starting a new year, we are starting a new epoch. In psychological terms, this creates a state of radical realism. Neptune wants to dream, and Saturn wants to build. At 0 degrees Aries, they are forced to do both simultaneously. The victim card that many of us have used as a shield, blaming our past, our parents, or the state of the world for our stagnation, has officially expired. The universe is removing the anesthesia. This creates a profound internal tension. You might feel an urgent, almost primal need to assert yourself, yet you're haunted by the Neptunian fog that asks, "Who am I, really?" The deeper lesson here is that you can no longer wait for a leader, a partner, or a sign to tell you it's okay to begin. The lack of integrity we see in world leaders right now is simply a mirror, showing us that the old external pillars are hollow. The end of apprenticeship means you are now the master of your own energy. If you feel like you're standing in a void, remember, a void is just a space that hasn't been commanded yet. Today is about recognizing that your delusions, those big, fiery dreams you've been afraid to voice, now require a Saturnian backbone. It's time to stop dreaming about the life you want and start engineering the person who can live it. While the outer planets are shifting the tectonic plates of our reality, the inner planets, Mercury and Mars, are bringing that heat directly into your Tuesday morning. Today, we are dealing with a rare triple conjunction of Mercury, Mars, and Saturn, all piling into Aries. On a practical level, you may find yourself feeling electrified but restricted at the same time. Think of it like a race car driver revving the engine to the red line while the emergency brake is still pulled tight. This creates a psychological short fuse. You might notice that your patience for bureaucracy, slow-walking colleagues, or repetitive conversations is at an all-time low. There is a get-to-the-point energy today that can come off as aggressive if you aren't mindful of it. This is what the research calls a manic energy. Because Mercury is in the mix, our thoughts are moving faster than our mouths can keep up. You may find yourself blurting out truths that you've been holding back for months. While this honesty is part of the 0-point reset, be aware that the social fabric around you is also feeling this tension. People are reactive today. If you encounter someone who seems uncharacteristically hostile or impatient, recognize that they are simply struggling to process this high-voltage frequency. The most helpful approach today is disciplined action. If you feel a surge of anger or impatience, don't suppress it, direct it. This is an incredible day for physical movement, for tackling that one difficult task you've been avoiding, or for clearing the brush in your life. Use the Saturn-Mars influence to be the architect, not the arsonist. You may also notice a strange digital or mechanical friction. With Venus squaring Pluto in the background, our relationship with technology and the system is under pressure. If a website crashes or a digital tool fails you today, don't take it personally. It is simply a reminder that the old digital infrastructure is being tested. Instead of fighting the machine, step back and ground yourself in something physical. Drink water, walk on the earth, and remember that while the world map is being redrawn, your internal compass only needs one direction: forward. Now we take this global 0 point and place it directly into the context of your personal life. It is one thing to speak of a 6,000-year cycle in the heavens, but it is another to feel it shifting the walls of your own home, your career, and your identity. To find your alignment today, we look to the specific house where this 0-degree Aries reset is occurring. This is where the universe is handing you a clean slate, and where the old story is being deleted to make room for a new architecture. Whether you are listening for your sun sign, your rising sign, or your house placements, listen for the resonance of where your apprenticeship ends and your mastery begins. Aries, for you, this is the ultimate reset of the self. With the 0 point occurring in your first house of identity, the mask you have worn is finally falling away. The old story of having to fight just to exist is ending. The apprenticeship of the ego is over, and your new life begins with a single, quiet breath of self-sovereignty. Today, align your energy by simply being rather than doing. Taurus, the shift is occurring in your 12th house, the realm of the subconscious and the invisible. You may feel the world map blurring most intensely here as the old spiritual anchors you relied on are pulled up. The victim story of being lost or unseen is dissolving into a deep oceanic clarity. Your alignment today lies in silence. Trust the fog, for it is protecting your rebirth. Gemini, the reset hits your 11th house of community and the future. As the digital world shakes, you are being asked to redefine what belonging actually means. The old story of needing external validation from the collective is over. You are the architect of the new networks. Today, speak only to those who reflect the person you are becoming, not the person you used to be. Cancer, this 0 point lights up your 10th house of legacy and public standing. The weight of doing it for others or following a traditional path is lifting. The apprenticeship of the careerist is ending, and the era of the soul-led leader begins. Today, notice where you are still seeking permission and give it to yourself instead. Leo, the fire is lit in your 9th house of belief and higher vision. The old philosophies that kept you playing small are being rewritten in real time. You are moving from searching for the truth to embodying the truth. The internal reset demands that you stop looking for an external guru and become your own. Today, allow yourself to be delusional enough to believe in your highest calling. Virgo, The reset is deep in your 8th house of transformation and shared resources. The old patterns of control and dependency are meeting their 0 point. You are learning that true power is not found in managing the chaos, but in surrendering to the shift. Today, look at your attachments and ask, does this fuel my fire or dampen my flame? Libra. The mirror is held up to your 7th house of partnership. Following the recent lunar activity, the 0 point reset asks you to stop defining yourself through the eyes of another. The story of peace at any cost is over. You are entering a cycle of radical relational honesty. Today, align by standing firmly in your own center, even if the balance around you shifts. Scorpio. The energy moves into your 6th house of daily ritual and health. The apprenticeship of suffering through the grind has come to an end. You are being asked to engineer a life that nourishes your physical vessel rather than draining it. The reset is about the sanctity of your habits. Today, find power in the smallest, most disciplined action. Sagittarius. The spark is in your 5th house of creativity and joy. The old story that your passion must be productive or validated is dissolving. You are being invited back into the raw, unscripted play of the soul. The 0 point is your permission slip to create for the sake of creation. Today, do one thing that is purely for your own delight. Capricorn. The foundations are shifting in your 4th house of home and ancestry. The apprenticeship of the family burden is ending. You are the one who redraws the map of your own security. The 0 point allows you to build a home within yourself that no world event can shake. Today, ground your energy by connecting to the physical space you inhabit. Aquarius. The reset pulses through your 3rd house of mind and communication. The old digital noise and the mental loops of what if are hitting a wall. You are moving into a period of profound mental clarity and pioneering thought. The story of being misunderstood is over. Today, use your words to build bridges, not just to observe the landscape. Pisces. The energy settles into your 2nd house of values and self-worth. After years of feeling dissolved, you were being asked to crystallize what you actually value. The apprenticeship of lack is over. The 0 point is a reminder that your worth is an inherent part of the universe's design. Today, recognize your own value as an unshakable physical fact. As we stand at the end of this journey through the 0 point, take a moment to look at the world around you through a different lens. The headlines may speak of destabilization, of shifting borders, and of leaders losing their grip on integrity. But remember our core premise. The world map is being redrawn because the internal map of humanity is being reborn. This rare cosmic reboot is not a threat. It is a massive invitation to dream in a new reality while the old one is still shaking. You are not a victim of these cycles. You are the conscious observer who chose to be here for this transition, the one who carries the pioneering fire of Aries into a world that is seeking a new direction. Tonight, as you ground yourself into the earth of your own life, reflect on these questions. What part of your old identity are you finally ready to leave in the void? And what is the very first honest brick you want to lay down tomorrow? You don't need to see the whole building yet. You only need to trust the ground you are standing on. The apprenticeship of the past is over. Your era of self-sovereignty has begun. Align your internal energy with the external shift. Stay centered, stay aligned. This has been your daily inner alignment.